Community entertainment, I think, can be a controversial topic sometimes as whether it's worth the investment or not. Right. When you look at Hurd on Hurd and the very little planning, hardly any advertising that went into that, and we still have over 100,000 people attend in a season.
Right.
And the estimates are is that contributed to $2.5 million of economic activity in last season. And it really demonstrates how just a little bit of investment can yield great rewards. And that not only that, but the public is hungry for it. They want this opportunity to celebrate together and to have music and a joyful experience. And downtown Edmond, I think, is a great source for that. And so when we look at this upcoming tax election, which doesn't raise taxes at all for Edmond, it's just a renewal of taxes that are already in place, we're able to potentially invest in some of those opportunities to bring our community together, whether it could be a new library facility or performing arts center or sports facilities, tennis facilities. These are other opportunities to have Hurd-like experiences that really cultivate the greatness of a community like Edmond. We never dreamed it would be this successful, and we never had really any expectations for it other than let's try it and see if the community wants this or not. And
right.
Overwhelmingly it was a yes, but it'll have its season to where, it may not be needed anymore. There may be another next best great thing that needs to happen, or there may be ways that we can build upon this. We've been talking about maybe we need to feature some local films as part of Hurd on Hurd, and as with that kind of a dead center component to it, and be able to put a little bit more flavor into it. Mm-hmm. And what's wonderful about that is just not us having that conversation, it's all the businesses in downtown Edmond, it's UCO having those conversations. And so it's really hopefully going to take a life of its own someday to be able to transform the festival, but also create opportunities for others to jump off and do some special things in downtown and Edmond in general. There's 2 taxes that are up for renewal. One is a 1-cent tax, and it's really the lifeblood of the city. If we don't have renewal of that tax, we're talking about losing jobs for firefighters and police staff, and it's really essential that that one gets renewed. The second tax is the tax that was implemented with the Public Safety Center. It's a 1/2-cent tax, and that tax will expire next year. And so this is the task force was looking at whether we want to renew that tax, and if so, for what. And it was a very diverse group, and we had very opposite views starting off, and came up with a consensus at the end that we wanted to renew the tax, extend it for 10 years, which would allow us to do some things that are similar to the Public Safety Center that are huge needs in our city, but then also some wants of ways to make things better. On social media, one of the things, if you search for Edmond and what people are talking about, it's going to be about our traffic. And so one of the primary goals of this 1/2-cent extension is to alleviate traffic congestion, which I think will be very popular with our city residents. But then it also provides money, so if there's partnerships available with the schools, like for a tennis center, or with UCO for a performing arts center, then we'll have the capital funds to be able to contribute that do some things that are special for our community, which will potentially drive sales tax revenue to Edmond, decrease leakage of sales tax revenue to other cities, and hopefully then provide more of a sustaining source of revenue for our city to continue to be great in decades ahead. The discussion around the Performing Arts Center, and it's not specified in the tax that that's what it would go towards, but it'd be looking at partnership opportunities with UCO and the Edmond Public Schools to see what can we do to really capitalize on those partnerships, like the city was able to do with the Mitch Park YMCA, for example. This great public-private partnership that's yielded just wonderful rewards for our community. If UCO is needing a performing arts center, it may make sense for the city to be involved in that in some way, but that would take years of planning to kind of make sure that it's the best interest of our city and UCO, but I think it's very much a possibility in the future.
And those plans are not very advanced at this time.
That particular proposal is very much in its infant stage, but there's a lot of passion around that for in UCO and the arts community here in Edmond, and even someone like me who may not be a huge arts advocate, but wants there to be a high level of culture and diversity in our community, because that's what really makes it great. I think Norman has done a great job of really cultivating the arts in our community, and we've done it well in Edmond, but we really don't have a venue in order to experience performing arts at a high level.